you know, I've been blessed in the regards of a lot of praise over the years, and it's like, okay, now I'm going to get hit with a lot of criticism too, because the expectations are very high for our fighters and our gym and the product that we put out. Overall, this has been a very successful year, like overall.
Sure.
You know, and then you lose 3 and you're like, this is the worst thing. This is the worst ever. Yeah. But I'm okay with that, because I don't want losing to feel good or to feel normal.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Verse Us with Eric Nicksick. He is Eric Nicksick. I am Randy Fainrich, and this is Verse Us, and you know the drill. Verse Us is presented by mybookie.ag. Head to mybookie.ag, use code VSUSPOD for a bonus up to 50% of your first deposit. And today, it's a twofer. We are going to recap last night's event between Roman Dolidze and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, and then break down the UFC 319 card in Chicago, Illinois, the house that Jordan built this weekend. But first things first, what's up, E? How you doing, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One
of those, man. Just soul searching a little bit, struggling, but it's the fight game, dude. You know, It really is, man. And just bummed for Roman. Equally as impressed and happy for Fluffy.
Yeah,
just a great guy. I got to train with him a bunch back during the COVID days, and but he put on a show last night, man. And hats off to him and his team, and he did a great job.
Yeah, he did. He looked really impressive. You know, obviously that's hard to navigate. You know, even you saying that, I feel like is you know, big of you to acknowledge. Like he did look really good. He's been on a tear.
Sure.
You know, would love to get your thoughts on where he goes next. But you know, first things first, I think let's just chat through the fight a little bit. You know, first, how was camp for Roman? Was everything good? Like, how was Roman feeling heading into fight night last night?
Really good camp. You know, there was no, like, you know, how you get dinged up or these little injuries here or there, but he didn't really have anything like that. We obviously knew what their game plan was going to be, and it was pretty easy to tell. There was no surprises.
Yeah.
Right. But I think not underestimating those routes that he was going to be able to accomplish in the grappling was going to be important. So we focused a lot on up down training, right? Like a lot of camp was like, hey, if we get taken down, we have to not get the mat return. Fluffy, we knew was going to play more like that referee's turtle position, far side spiral, front headlock, cradles. You know, he did a great job of just kind of rinse and repeating that. Really did a great job with his ground and pound in those positions. And then once Roman would turn and face and try to play out of the guard, Fluffy's like, dude, get up, you know, and we'll just do it all over again. So once in the fight, when you started to see that, you know, I was asking Roman to like Granby or to turn and face him more like faster, because he was almost taking like unwarranted damage by just staying there and try to grab on the almost like a Peterson, like trying to grab the elbow and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, hats off, man. Like Fluffy did the job, and not only did the job, but executed it well and did it fucking at a championship level pace.
Yeah.
I don't think there was too many guys that can beat Fluffy last night, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think he was just really on his game, and hats off, man. Like we got our ass handed to us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he looked really impressive. I also, and I wanted to ask you, obviously you've been around Fluffy a lot. You train Roman. I was like kind of shocked at the size difference. Like Roman's massive. He's a big dude. And, and Fluffy looked like he could almost fight at 170. Right? Or am I off on that? Was that maybe the optics on the TV? Like he didn't look that big for an 85er.
Yeah, and I know historically Fluffy's had a hard time making the weight.
Making 70, right?
No, 185.
85. Oh.
And it's probably like the last pound and a half for him, one of those things. And Roman, you know, he's undefeated at 205.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So and I know his weight cut was a little bit more difficult than usual.
Yeah.
So but the thing that I noticed the most was there was a speed advantage by Fluffy.
Yeah.
There was and that was pretty evident right away, right? Like the speed advantage was there. So on our end, I really wanted to try to attack the body and the legs of Fluffy because I knew he was durable. In a 5-round fight, like where can we tax Fluffy, who is predicated his game off of just this Marab's type cardio and mat return pace. The thought process was, hey, we got to try to zap him in his body and his legs. We did a pretty good job on the legs early, but we never really got to the body, right? And I'm not saying that would have made a huge difference or anything like that, but it was a targeted area that I think that we needed to exploit more. You know, we didn't really get to that point at all, you know, so.
Yeah. How was Roman after the fight? Was he all good?
Yeah. He was like, hey man, it's just, you know, cause I was pretty upset and, you know, and he was like, coach, it's okay. Like, it's just a fight, a fight game, you know? And I think just for me in the last couple of weeks has just been weighing a little bit heavier on me, you know, and like, yeah, man, just kind of soul searching right now. It's like, fuck, dude, you know, you put in so much time and effort and energy and you can't help but ask if you're doing something wrong. Like, am I doing something wrong? Where can I be better? You know? And, like I've said many a times, like Dean Thomas has been, you know, my Robert Folis when Folis passed away, and having Dean, I'm able to speak with him, and he's always been truthful and honest of like things that like, hey, you could do this, and I need people like that, you know, like I want not necessarily criticism, but like it's like he's gonna tell you the truth, and if you're missing some things you know, and immediately last night, like I talked to Dean and he's like, dude, I don't think anybody was beating Fluffy last night, you know? So, but with that being said, there's still areas that I feel like I need to improve on. You know, I really do, man. Like this is a constant change and evolution, evolving sport. And, you know, am I stuck in my old ways of doing things and been like, or do I need to reinvent? Do I need to step outside and maybe, you know, slow down and not coach as many people? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will say, like, the on the back burner, knowing that, like, you know, my daughter's last year of school and she's graduating, you know, and going away to school, to college, I think being a dad and being a parent has definitely taken a lot of my focus because of just knowing that, like, dude, this is her last year at home. And, you know, so there's that fear of missing out, right? Like, fuck, dude, like this might be the last year that she's living at home, you know, and now I get to see her on holidays after this. So there's been a struggle with me inside on balancing life, right? You know, I don't know. I hate talking about this shit.
Yeah, but it's good, man. It's good to get that out. Like, I don't think, you know, we've talked about this a lot, obviously, on this show and off camera, of like, you know, coaches go through a lot. Yeah. Teams of fighters go through a lot. A lot of people sacrifice their own time and energy, and not just in MMA. I mean, we had Joe Mazzulla on. We've had Max Crosby on.
Sure.
Guys in other sports to sacrifice so much time.
Sure.
And so I think it's good to like acknowledge, you know, hey, like my time is being pulled in different directions right now. Maybe my focus is off a little bit in some areas. But I mean, I think you'd be a bad coach if you didn't acknowledge, like, okay, let me take a step back and look and see if I have to do X, Y, and Z differently, or need to adapt here, or need to do this there. And so I think that's like very, you know, I think, you know, it shows a lot of awareness, right? You're very cognizant of what's going on. And you want to get better, just like any fighter or basketball player or whatever wants to get better. And it's good that you have some people to lean on too.
Yeah,
you know, that's
I
the
need
thing,
that, man.
like you said before, coaches, you are the the therapist
Sure.
in the gym, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
all the athletes come to you, people ask for leadership and advice. And just because you have all of that doesn't mean that you can't seek it as well.
Sure.
You need someone to talk to. So I hope, Dean, I hope, maybe Joe Mazzulla or some other coaches that you have good relationships with, you guys can have that process where you talk about it and kind of dump on each other. You know?
What's up, guys? Get on the sports betting action by going to mybookie.ag. At MyBookie, it's easy. You bet, you win, they pay. MyBookie has over 150 bets for you to choose from anything from fights, hoops, football, prop bets, minute bets. It's all there. Head to mybookie.ag and use code VERSUSPOD. Not only will you get a 50% bonus on your first deposit up to $1,000, you'll also get a $10 casino chip. That's a lot of money there. I've seen large parlays cash for less. Every once in a while, again, head to mybookie.ag and use the code VERSUSPOD. You bet, you win, they pay. Now let's get back to the show.
Oh,
and it is nice to have those resources. I think the one thing when speaking to those guys that I acknowledge that the difference is that we don't have an off season.
Yeah.
And that does get difficult. It gets difficult in the regards of like it's tough to plan things ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, when your wife asks, hey, can you go on this trip or can you go to this event or do this? And it's like 2 months or 3 months out and you're like, I don't know. Like I might have to work. And that part does get difficult in that regard because you can't really schedule out your life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is, bro, it's the path we chose, right? Like it is what it is. And I think with, I've been blessed in the regards of, a lot of praise over the years. And it's like, okay, now I'm going to get hit with a lot of criticism too, because the expectations are very high for our fighters in our gym and the product that we put out.
Yeah.
And, overall, this has been a very successful year, like overall.
Sure.
And then you lose 3 and you're like, this is the worst thing. This is the worst ever. Yeah. But I'm okay with that because like I've said before, I don't want losing to feel good or to feel normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Or be numb to it.
Or be okay. Yeah. Be okay with it. So, here we are on a Sunday. We film on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And those are usually the days where like you can fucking pout and, be in your feels about the situation. And then then tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm at practice in the morning and then I got to run pro practice after that and then gear up and get ready to go to China at the end of the week. So processing those things, you have really a minimal amount of time and you have to be present for the next day. You know what I mean?
It's like, I guess it would be like a blessing and a curse because on one hand, having no off season means that you can get over the hill a lot quicker, right? Because like you're constantly back in the gym practicing whatever. But on the other hand, it's like if you don't have another fighter for a month, or you have Johnny in a week or so, but like sometimes you got to sit on that feeling too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like it sucks. Whereas like different sports, maybe you can get over the hill a little bit quicker. So yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like a good thing and a bad thing, I bet.
Yeah, I love the line by Nick Sirianni recently was success is like perfume. You can smell it, but don't drink it because it's poison.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love that line because, if I'm being open and honest, like I feel like at some point I've drank that perfume, right? Like, and now, it's like, how do you right the ship and get right back to your winning ways and doing it the right way? But this game, bro, it's so crazy because you can prepare and do all those things right. And then one little thing changes the outcome of a fight,
And nobody saw all the things you did right to prepare.
Sure.
They only see the outcome. And they're like, oh, look, there it is.
And again, like we talk with Missoula, that is the blessing and the curse.
Yeah.
But it is also an honor to be in a position, right, to be criticized.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a position of criticism, that means you're in a position of success as well.
Right.
So you have to take the good with the bad. Right now, man, I'm fucking struggling, dude. Yeah. I'm being honest. Like I'm struggling. Like I went out last night. I didn't want to go out with my wife got Alabama Shakes tickets, and it was planned for months, you know, and I'm like the whole time in my head, I'm like, dude, I just want to cancel on this. But it was like, you know, something my wife was looking forward to do for such a long time. And I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, fuck, I just want to go lay in bed, you know, but show up, do my thing, and I'm watching this concert the whole time and just sitting in my feels. Yeah. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough. So
it's tough. I mean, there's that quote, you know, anything worth having never comes easy, right?
Yeah,
never
for sure.
easy.
For sure.
So, you know, there's ebbs and flows to this shit. You know, again, it's like you said, part of the blessings and the curse of being successful is when you're on the highs, everybody loves you.
Yeah.
Everybody's, you know, you're drinking the perfume, right? And then when you're, you know, on your lows, everybody shits on you.
Yeah, yeah.
You get poisoned.
And I appreciate the love and support that I get from, you know, the overall fan base. They've always been very supportive. And, you know, I think, you know, you and I were talking earlier about like even the Strickland situation, probably put a negative light on me for some of the things that I said, but we all know, the people inside know where my heart was and what I was getting at.
What the intent was.
What the intent was. Yeah. It didn't come off the way that it needed to and the way I wish it would have.
Yeah.
So in a lot of that, I'm going to wear a lot of hate because of the way it came off to some people, right? And again, it was a mistake on my part, and I wish I would have worded it better. Yeah. Like Sean and I are on great terms. Like we talk every day.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of mention that. I didn't know how you wanted me to, but I've been in the gym, you know, obviously the last couple weeks or whatever, and yeah, I was just watching, you know, like watching the interaction, and you guys seem like you've always been smacking ass and pushing and you know what I mean? Like just all like,
dude, he's my brother.
Yeah.
He really is.
Right.
Like,
and brothers fight and brothers tussle, brothers argue, you know,
and look, man, like at the end of the day, Sean knew where my heart was. Right. Like Sean knew what I was getting at, and we have to be better as a whole, like myself included, you know? And like there was literally like the week after that whole thing, and then Sean and I were fine. Yeah, you know, back to bullshitting and talking shit and going out shooting and doing our thing. And the one thing too, like maybe I'm not the right coach for him in that moment, but Sean's always going to be a friend and a resource, bro. Like the last month, even though he's suspended, like I really sit back and watch. Like you see him in the gym, like I really sit back and watch, like how big of a resource he is for the team. Like he's a leader, dude. Yeah. He really is, man. Like you see how like practice is over, he's calling everybody in. The one thing I do love too, like when practice is over and there's some guys kind of straggling, sitting off to the side, and Sean's like, hey, everybody in, we're all together, we're all doing this, you know? And a lot of the success that the gym does have, man, is because of that leadership from Brad and Sean and Danny Gay and Chris Kurt. You know what I mean? Like that core group of guys that really do an amazing job. So, and I'm grateful to have those guys in the gym because we need that core group to keep. It takes the weight off of a lot of us coaches when you have leaders like that can handle it.
You don't have to babysit, right?
Well, yeah, it's like there's a standard and everybody knows the standard, and they're there to help and uphold the standard, where it's not falling on Dennis or myself or Nate or Ray, or we can just other guys are picking up the slack. That's important, you know, and that's a culture that we want to have in the gym. Yeah.
It is something I will say about Sean. You know, for however you feel about him, myself included, when I am in the gym, I will say that dude is very much like one of the uncles, you know, him and Brad, like they are constantly telling people like, hey, pick up your shit, you know, hey, do this. Hey, we're training right now. Hey, don't take this round off. Like, I do see that a lot. And, you know, for all of Sean's pitfalls, for all the things that he does wrong, I will say when I'm in the gym and kind of just observing, he and Brad are definitely those guys that are just like,
what do you think about that? Like it's kind of a fine line, because I don't really follow a lot of like what they say and do on social media. I really don't.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people.
Brad's just like a family man. I feel
Brad's
like
a
on
family
social
man.
media.
Yeah,
that's all I see. You know what I mean?
But like even somebody was talking to me about like the Jake Shields thing, because like Jake and Sean were kind of going at each other because of the whole black belt thing or whatever it was, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm like let them. They're when they're in the gym, there's no beef.
Yeah.
I think it's nice because it's kind of the sanctity of what we do in the room in the gym.
Yeah.
And it's all about MMA.
Yeah.
You know, Natan Levy and Jake had a great conversation a few days ago. And you can imagine the stuff that
Jake's been saying,
what Jake's been saying, right? And then
Natan's, Israeli, right?
Yeah. And like, dude, I watched Jake apologize to Natan about something that he said that was directed towards Natan rather than like whatever Israeli thing he was going off on. But I'm like, good on you guys.
Yeah.
That we can put those differences aside and come in here and train. Yeah. Because without that, dude, the gym becomes toxic.
Very much.
You know, it becomes toxic. So credit to those guys when it comes time to getting on the mats and doing the work. You know, no one has a problem there. We can all do the work. That's what's the most important thing. Yeah. Now, outside of that, when they go hit social media and the Twitters,
stay off Twitter.
Stay off Twitter. How's my Twitter doing?
Twitter's good.
I don't even look at the thing.
Twitter's good. Yeah, Twitter's good.
I'm sure I'm getting fucking roasted right now.
No, those people that are doing that are always going to say something, whether you're up or down.
Is, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could be, you know, the best fucking coach, athlete, whatever in the world, and you're still going to get, you know, those people are irrelevant.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to call Joe today, man, Missoula, and kind of pick his brain on some of that stuff because, you know, like you're saying, I think a lot of times I'm the guy that gets the phone calls and you know, I have to be better at also
reaching out
and speaking on these types of emotions, right?
Yeah.
And getting it out there and saying like, hey, here's what I'm struggling with, you know, and fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad. And to be honest, like even today, like I didn't want to come and do this today.
I know.
I did not want to do this today.
I know.
You know, yeah. So, but it's also, I think you have to face the music too, also on the downs, right? Like, can't just show up every time you win and look at me and there's a parade and you get a fucking peacock.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, nah, dude, I got to sit in my shit too.
Yeah. There's something to be said about when you're in those downturns or those slopes to just go ahead and climb the hill to get over it rather than standing at the bottom and putting it off and just staring at the hill that you got to climb over. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like when you, whether it's like, you know, you're catching shit online or you said or did something wrong or you are, you know, something bad happened, it's so much better to just face it head on and just get over the hill rather than stand at the bottom of the hill and just be looking up there like, one day I'm going to face that. You know what I mean? Because then it just prolongs the chatter. It prolongs the people's hate. It prolongs all this unnecessary noise.
Sure.
You know?
But you said something before we got on that was spot on. Was like it is all about perspective. When you really look at it, it's like, man, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, right? Like I have a great family. I have a great job, great people around me, you know? And I think that is important to understand that there's a fine line because of what we do when it comes to social media. You have access. People have access to you.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we do.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the thing I want to kind of talk to Joe about is like he's not on social media at all.
Yeah.
But you still hear the noise.
He definitely hears it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And that, you know, like I get why someone in your position, his position, whatever, doesn't want to be on social media. But in the world we live in today, you are not going to not hear it.
Sure.
It doesn't matter if you're doom scrolling at it for an hour or you hear it through word of mouth, a text message, an email, you know, someone says something in the hallway, like you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, he trolls people all the time about 3-pointers and stuff like that because he knows what they say online.
Yeah.
You know, oh, he can't make adjustments. He doesn't call timeouts properly. Like he said it in our interview. He knows, he hears it.
Yeah.
So it's like whether you stay offline or or are active, you're gonna hear it one way or the other.
It's not necessarily that that part of it. I think it just becomes so time consuming as well, right? Like you fall down this rabbit's hole of
and that's unhealthy.
That
the
part,
doom scroll, the rabbit hole. 3 hours later, you've watched 10 YouTube videos and scrolled TikTok till it doesn't scroll anymore, and Instagram, and that's the part that's not good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the part that's not good. But I applaud you. I admire you for coming on and at least talking about it. You didn't have to. It's not even that big of a deal because you're in a sport where there are wins and losses. Nobody gets out unscathed. You know what I mean? So it's like, I applaud you for even, talking about it.
Yeah, man, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's part of it. So,
And, I'm excited for you to have those conversations with Joe and Dean and, whoever else. And I'm sure you'll come out of those conversations feeling good. Yeah. Shrugging the shoulders a little bit more. And
it was weird too, bro. Like there was a part of me last night. I was like, man, I really wish I could talk to Robert.
Yeah.
And dude, his brother texted me like,
really?
5 minutes later.
Really?
It was nuts.
Damn.
It was nuts. And I was sitting there and I was like, I saw his name pop up. And I was like, it was weird, bro. It was so weird. Sorry, I'm getting teary eyed, but.
No, don't apologize, man. I'm not the most religious person, but instances like that, it's like, man, there's just.
Bro, it's so
something
weird.
in the ethos, the universe that's like telling you.
I talked to his brother probably, once a month. We shoot a text back and forth just to check in.
But that moment where you felt like you needed Robert's words and his brother reaching out is like, that gives me chills, dude.
But like, you remember the scene in Top Gun where like Maverick's like, talk to me, Goose.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man.
And that was the vessel. His brother was
and I was like, dude, what would Robert tell me right now?
Yeah.
Like, what would Robert say to me right now?
Yeah.
And knowing his struggles and the things he went through with his career.
Yeah.
And then just to see Rick Folis like literally text me like 5 minutes later after thinking that in my head. So it's not like I haven't talked to Rick in a year,
right?
But just that the timing of it, and I was like, whoa, and I wrote him that. I mean, I'll show you the text. I was like, bro, like, thank you. Like I was literally just thinking about Robert, and you write me, and I'm like, wow, dude, that was nuts. The timing of it was impeccable.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's like what is it? Divine intervention.
Yeah,
right? Like where that stuff just happens, and it's.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, like I said, I applaud you. It's not easy to talk about or deal with. Again, I'm not in the spotlight. Like I get it's much easier said than done to quote unquote ignore the noise. But
yeah, bro. But
it's tough. And you addressing it and talking about it, I think one thing I think everyone, no matter if you're a hater or not, can relate to or enjoys is relatability.
Sure.
And someone that could just be vulnerable for a second and talk about like, hey man, this shit's not easy. Like, like you have the highs of the highs and you have the lows of the lows, and this is how the game goes.
I mean, bro, I love what I do. It's an honor to be able to do what I do. But I feel this way because I care, dude.
Exactly.
I really fucking care.
Yeah.
And if you can sign up for this job and be undefeated through your entire career, right? And have like, a Javier Mendez type of career where like you just champion after champion. Yeah. I mean, there's guys that out there that just, I mean, they're impeccable coaches. Like they're just unreal. And you strive for that standard.
Sure.
And is it achievable? Probably not in this sport.
Yeah.
But, bro, I know that when I show up every day, win or lose, I care. I love our guys. I love our girls in the gym. Yeah. When you train at Xtreme, I give a shit.
Yeah.
I care about the coaches and the team that we have in there, and that's never going to change.
Yeah.
Right. But, for me right now, it's just go out and get some wins and right the ship.
Yeah. Back to the gym and keep working on that. You know what I mean? That's all you can do.
Keep it on.
So, on a brighter note, speaking of women, Jocelyn Edwards with that Roberto Duran power, huh? That Panamanian power,
bro.
Damn, bro. And that chick has a chin. Like
she does.
That's the chick that I'll never forget the most sacrificial lamb fight of all time when they put her in there with Valentina. Valentina's flyweight debut. And she fucking destroyed that woman. And I was like, that woman has a chin. Bro, that's crazy.
Jocelyn is one of the sweetest.
Yeah.
Humble, like she's
had an amazing, like, I feel like resurgence, because the beginning of her career was she like lost 2 of 3 or something.
Couple weird like split decision wins and a split decision loss that she should have won, and it was like this weird back and forth.
And now she's looked great in her last couple.
And like credit to Nate Pettit, like that's Nate and her. I mean they're training daily, doing the work.
Yeah,
couldn't be happier for her, and legit one of the cleaner combinations you're gonna see. Rear 6, hook cross, and it was all just everything landed, bum, bum, bum. And I'm like, oh man, so happy for her. I think she bonused too. I think she got a bonus.
She should have, because that was clean.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know this. Like, she showed up to Xtreme with like negative money, like had nothing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ali calls me.
Oh, is she dominance?
Yeah. Ali called me and he's like, brother, like, can she train? It was like maybe 3 months. Can she train these 3 months for free? And then when she fights, then we can pay. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like whatever you need to do. And he's like, dude, she's just getting on her feet. So seeing her rise and seeing her be able to get these bonuses and these wins and do all these things couldn't happen to a better.
Those are the stories that need to be told.
The problem is, like, she's so quiet.
Right.
She's like, you're not going to hear it. Right. Like, she's not,
Yeah, she's not going to put it out there and say all this crazy stuff.
She's just a very, and English is not her first language. Sure. She's actually, her English is getting a lot better. But when you see the time and effort and energy that she puts in daily, and also, proud of Nate too, because Nate's invested a lot of time and energy in her. So I'm very happy for her success, and also Coach Nate with what he's done with her, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful win on their part.
Yeah, it was. She looked great. Okay. Anything else we want to touch on from last night or the gym?
Was there any other fights that really jumped out to you?
That Rampage slam and knockout?
Oh,
dude, that was scary. And also, it looked like he got knocked out because the dude's head knocked out the dude when they hit the ground.
That was a veteran move
because he framed him, huh?
Veteran move. Yeah. And you know who his dad is, right? Gilbert Smith. His dad fought in the UFC.
Oh,
yeah.
He was on Tough.
Yeah, Gilbert.
I know exactly who that is.
I cornered Bristol Maroon Day against Gilbert, and Bristol was winning the fight. It was a 5-round fight. It was a championship fight, and Bristol was won all 4 rounds. It was the tail end of round 4, and there was like 10 seconds left in the round, and the round was ours. And Gilbert hit Bristol with like a fadeaway check hook, like right at the end of the round, but it broke Bristol's jaw.
Oh damn!
So we're in the corner, and I remember Folis like looking at Bristol, but Bristol's eyes were like panicked, and then like just blood is leaking out of Bristol's mouth. So Folis is kind of keeping him calm, like, hey, we're good. You're up fucking 4 rounds.
Yeah,
just go and just take this dude down, and you're gonna win the fight. Yeah. And there was a clinch position, and Bristol is like looking at Folis and I, and Bristol's like this, and he's like points at his mouth, and bro, blood is just pouring out of his mouth, and then so like there was like a panic.
What kind of fucking power did Gilbert?
Oh, bro, it was nuts.
God.
And then Bristol like kind of looks at her. She's like, fucking jaw.
Yeah.
And like as he's talking, it was like Predator, like the fucking holy shit. And then like there was a little break, and Gilbert just touches him, and Bristol's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Can't continue. We're like, oh, dude, nuts. Yeah. So yeah, Gilbert Smith story. Yeah. But
that was a hell of a slam.
Yeah, Elijah, scary. His son, looked as advertised. I think his first fight was Vince Morales, a very tough fight, man. Like, was his first fight in the UFC. It was a close fight too. Like, Vince
Elijah Swift Smith. It's a cool nickname.
And Vince is a gritty veteran.
Yeah, Vince Morales decision.
Yeah, was it split?
Unanimous.
Unanimous, yeah.
And he fought Aaron Su on the Contender Series to get into the.
Yeah,
Aaron
bro.
Tao.
That slam was fucking scary.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Because he was down. He didn't get up for a while.
No. He was down for a minute.
Yeah, watch him. Puts left arm frame on his head, so his head can't really.
And watch his head hit. Yeah, boom. They go forehead to like cheekbone right there. Oh. And then he hits him with the two. Oh my God, who was the ref?
I think the next one is a cleaner video.
Coyote.
The next, they do it from the other angle. I think right after, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Look, his head. Bang.
Oh, man.
And then, oh God, that's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Those two shots are hard to watch. The slam alone is hard. Those two shots.
I don't really fault like. Tyone, like he was trying to get an angle.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he probably could have been in a little bit better position. But it's not like he was like watching him, and
just watching his head ricochet again and again.
Yeah.
I think you hope that you can get in there fast to stop that.
Yeah.
But man, and he was down for a long time, huh?
Yeah, he was. Fuck. Yeah, and then they did like a check-in during the broadcast. And I think it was Heidi or Charlie, whoever was. It's like, hey, spoke to Dr. Jeffrey Davidson, and we're, all his CT scan came back negative, and everything's good. And I'm like,
yeah, because he's a good kid. The kid he fought, he came out and trained with us. I think when he was doing like the road to UFC or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. The kid he fought. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you better not fight until next summer, like with that type of slam.
Yeah.
Speaking of, sorry, we'll get to 319 here in a second. Charles Oliveira is fighting in like 2.5 months after he fucking gets knocked out.
Yeah, he booked with Fiziev.
Yeah. They were like, oh, Brazil, we need Charles. And he's like, Charles. Yeah, dude. I'm like, dude. And I know, that's a terrible fucking idea in my mind. Like, dude, that was a bad knockout.
Yeah.
Like bad.
It's a pretty quick turnaround. And then you're going against a very good striker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me when Tony, when
Gaethje and
was it
Volkanovski?
Gaethje, huh?
Volkanovski after his head kick.
In the Islam?
And fought, then fought Islam right after.
And then he fought Topuria right after that, right?
But Tony, when Chandler kicked his head to the moon, and then he fought. He didn't get knocked out, but he also, I think he fought Dariush maybe or someone like
I remember.
Or Patty or something. Yeah, it was something like where it wasn't. He just got grappled the whole time.
Yeah.
But dude, that's it. I mean, that's crazy.
Is he main event on that?
Yeah,
it's
a fight night. It's not a pay-per-view.
Okay, and that one's the one in Rio.
Yeah, it's in Rio.
And the 5-round main event.
I believe so. Yeah, him and Fiziev, which is a fun fight. I thought Fiziev was down at featherweight. By the way, what happened?
He talked about moving down, but
wasn't his last fight at featherweight?
No, his last fight was Gaethje.
He just fought Bahamondes or whatever.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He fought Gaethje and then
he went down.
Yes. No, he didn't go down. 55.
I thought.
But you're right. You're right on the opponent. Yeah. He did fight again. That's right.
Yeah, Ignacio Bahamondes.
Yeah.
June 21st.
Was that a split or unanimous?
Unanimous.
And that was lightweight, huh? I thought he was going down to featherweight.
I think he flirted with the idea.
I
think he flirted with the idea.
Okay.
But
yeah, that Charles news. I saw that and I was like, no way, bro. He just got knocked out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or, whatever, a month ago. But
what's the time? So
September, I think, is when
October 11th.
October.
Got a little time.
Yeah, I guess.
October
yeah, but
11th.
I mean,
but July, August, September.
But you're going right into camp.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're sparring.
Yeah.
And I know they spar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those guys go.
So July, August. He got June 28th or whatever was the fight, right? Against Topuria.
Mm-hmm.
What do you take? 2 weeks off, and then middle of July you're back in camp.
Yeah.
End of July you're back in camp. August, September, fight October. I don't know. Man.
Yeah, quick turnaround.
That's crazy.
If you're an athlete that uses nicotine but wants a clean, high-performance option, Athletic Nicotine is built for you. Athletic Nicotine offers low-dose, slow-release, high-quality, tobacco-free nicotine made right here in the U.S. No fillers, no junk, just pharmaceutical-grade nicotine designed to support focus, intensity, and mental clarity when it counts the most. Whether you're training, competing, or just need a clean edge, this nicotine's made for movement. Visit athleticnicotine.com to learn more and level up your performance today. This product does contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Now let's get back to the show.
All right, let's get into 319.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to do the MyBookie betting breakdown, UFC 319 in Chicago, Illinois this weekend, the house that Jordan built. It's been a while since they've been in Chicago.
It has, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, it's a great venue.
Yeah,
We've
it is.
had a couple
It's
fights
awesome.
out there before.
The last one that they had there, I think I worked there. I think that was the Cejudo Moraes, Whitaker and Romero was the main?
Jessica I.
Oh, Jessica
Yeah.
I, Valentina,
Yeah.
and Cejudo Moraes. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep, that's right. The one before that was Whitaker and Romero. The rematch was in Chicago a year before that.
And TJ, right? Dillashaw was there with Henan Barral.
Yeah, that was like a few years
yeah.
ago. But you're
So
right.
they haven't been there since then.
I don't think they've been there since the Moraes Cejudo fight.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
June.
Dude, I mean,
June
that should be a
8th.
yearly turn for
Yeah.
UFC because
But I think it's also like the largest arena in the United States, like seating
United Center?
capacity wise. Yeah,
Really?
I think so.
dude, it's electric.
Yeah.
I remember when Ige fought there. I think we're like the first or second fight of the night.
Yeah.
And dude, it was packed already.
Yeah.
I mean, they love their sports out there.
It's a cool venue. It's
You
a
know
really
what's cool
venue.
too? Like when you were in the Jordan shirt was when we were in the back, like the hallways.
Yeah.
Just the memorabilia and all the stuff on the
Yeah.
walls. You're like, bro, this is where it went down.
Yeah. And it's one of the older arenas too, because I think it's still the one they built from like 94. I don't think
92?
they've- Huh?
92.
92, yeah. I don't think they've done
Yeah.
any like major renovations to it or anything. So
Crazy.
but anyway, yeah, let's get into these fights. This card, we were talking off camera. I was not aware of how stacked this card is from top to bottom. Like, one of the first fights of the night is Edson Barboza and Drakkar Klose. Like
Nuts.
that's gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
Chase Hooper
And he's moving
Alexander
up back
Hernandez.
up to 55 then, huh?
Yeah, back up to Edson. Yeah.
And then Chase Hooper's fighting Alex Hernandez.
Yep.
I'd like to see them push him a little bit.
Chase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he
he's
is,
fucking
man. He
good.
is. And I think there's something about the juxtaposition of being a fighter and looking like Leave It to Beaver. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just looking like a little, like a young kid. Like, and I don't mean that as a
It is
diss.
though.
I
It
just
does.
mean like he looks
The unassuming.
he looks fucking.
He works
16.
at GameStop.
Yeah,
and then he's
exactly.
choking you the fuck out.
Exactly. And then Jessica Andrade, Lupi Godinez. That's a fun bout. Jessica Andrade still doing it after all these years.
Still doing
crazy. Gerald Mearshart, Michael Oleksiejczuk, I think is how you say it.
J-check.
Oleksiejczuk, and then the prelim headliner, King Green and Diego Fajeda. So two lightweight, OGs.
Yeah.
So yeah, prelims are awesome, but I think for the purposes of this, we will kind of stick to the main card. That first fight is Tim Elliott and Kai Asakura, which will be fun.
Oh yeah. Flyweight battle.
Flyweight battle.
Tim is fucking fun to watch, bro.
He is, man.
That dude's a nightmare.
He is. He's just go,
Yeah.
goofy, awkward kind of style.
Yeah.
Like, he's fun, man.
He never stops.
Yeah, he does.
Like, bro, like when he was training at Couture's years ago, like
yeah.
I remember like Folis would be like teaching something and Tim Elliott is just like shadow boxing around the whole, you know what I mean? Like he just
Yeah.
dude will not stop moving. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. But the first fight I want to get into and break down here with you is Jared Cannonier and MVP.
Oh yeah, good fight.
MVP moving up to middleweight, right? He was a welterweight for the longest time.
He was, and I think he's fought middleweight twice now because he fought Bullet. Yeah,
Oh, you're right. He did. That was his first middleweight bout, right?
I think so.
So MVP Jared Cannonier. Give us your kind of early thoughts and breakdown on this fight. Like, what are some keys to victory for each guy?
So for Cannonier, I have leg kicks early, slow MVP's lateral movement and stance switches.
Yeah.
Cut the corners off the cage, take away the open stance MVP uses to manage range. Explosive entries, burst into combinations, clinch, breaks with damage. The one thing I remember Cannonier doing very well when he fought Sean was he did such a good job of owning the clinch. And I think he had unexpected offense there. And Who did Cannonier last fight was RoboCop.
Gregory
Rodriguez.
And dude, like, and Rodriguez was getting downhill on him early. And then Cannonier just freaking was still there, still plugging away. But that was a 5-round fight.
Correct.
So this one, 3-round fight. I think he needs to get going a little quicker. Yeah, my last thing was clinch wrestling. Like we said, like let's for Cannonier, put him on the cage. That's going to slow down a lot of that movement, right? And make him wrestle and mat return him and make him get up and do all those things and just make it an MMA fight.
Yeah. So would you say like in like 3 steps, kick the legs to slow down the movement?
Sure.
Close the distance, I guess, on MVP. Is that what the clinch, by using the clinch or?
I think because MVP is so predicated on movement, if you can kind of bottleneck him a little bit, and that's where I talk about with the cage control, you can be a little bit more predictable on where he can go.
Yeah.
I think that can help Cannonier a lot.
Yeah.
I also think, it attacking his body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A guy who leans out of the way from all that stuff, this is going to still be there. So I think changing your targets and not really aim so much at the head, but aim at the chest and body to climb up to the head strikes. But if you can put a guy on the barrier, you can't lean. There's no lean, right?
Yeah.
You got a cage there behind you. I think a very interesting style matchup for Michael, for MVP. And of course, like you could just reverse engineer the things I said. It's like distance management. Keep Cannonier on the outside. Use in and out blitzes, which we'll say like our pull counter series.
Sure.
Angle exits. So angle exits also with like shake steps and your stance switches in motion. Counter striking, let Cannonier lead, and then push him to the straight shots with the knees and just frustrate his game. Make Cannonier swing at air, right? Make him swing at air. Try to make him frustrated by big misses, and that way you can tax on his cardio.
Yeah. MVP minus 180 at my bookie. Jerry Cannonier plus 140.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I kind of do lean to MVP in this. I know he's not like that much younger than Cannonier, right? Like he's still like 35 or something like that. But I do.
How old's Cannonier? He's in his 40s.
He's
now,
like
right?
41 or
Is he?
something. Yeah, he's
been doing it.
there. He's been doing it for a minute. Yeah. MVP minus 180, Jerry Cannonier plus 140. Mybookie.ag. Okay, next fight, which is the fight I wanted to see so bad in Miami.
Jeff Neal.
Yeah, now gets rebooked for Chicago, and that is Geoff Neal against Carlos Prates. Prates minus 260.
Wow.
Geoff Neal plus 195 coming back. So give us your thoughts on that matchup.
God, that's a lot of value on Geoff Neal.
Yeah.
I think the one knock on Geoff Neal is just activity, right? Like I would like to see him fighting more often. He's fucking good.
Yeah.
When was his last fight? Was it the fight against
He fought Vic, what was it?
The last one was RDA.
Geoff Neal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Geoff Neal.
RDA ended up getting injured, right? Like I think RDA hurt his leg.
Because it was in 2024 he fought Ian Machado Gary. February 17th, and then October 26th, he fought RDA and won via TKO round 1. And then he was supposed to fight.
Recollection of that bout.
It was like RDA. I think Neal like kicked his leg or something, and RDA just kind of stumbled back and hurt his knee.
It was in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Taporia Holloway.
Wow. I remember RDA getting hurt in that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at 308.
Yeah.
And then he fought.
And that's it. He was supposed to fight. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Carlos Prates, but then that got canceled, obviously. But then he hasn't fought since 2023.
He's had a crazy run.
Was Shavkat,
Ian Machado Gary, RDA, and now Prates.
Yeah.
One old guy and 3 young guys.
Yeah.
So he hasn't fought since October of last year. So
and now you're talking. Okay, so we got 2 southpaws, right?
Yep.
So it ends up being a close stance.
Yep.
Geoff Neal, southpaw, power left. I think if Geoff Neal takes the game plan from Ian Gary and applies a little bit of the head kicks to shut down Prates' left cross, I think that'll be a good route for him. Also, I mean, like, kind of like, I'm just now thinking, where does Prates go in? Where, like, what adjustments does he make after the Ian Gary fight? Yeah. Right, like, what new wrinkles does he come up with? Because I think that blueprint was there, right? Like, if you take the Ian Gary fight and you apply a lot of those same things that he did, that to me is tailor made for Geoff Neal. Yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you'd be right. But I also think Geoff Neal's one of them dudes that just kind of wants to get in there and
fucker's
go.
Good, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so Geoff Neal had mid-range boxing battle, counter off forward, and defensive wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know if Prates is going to come out and try to wrestle Geoff Neal. I've never really seen Geoff Neal taken down or held down. Against Shavkat, I don't remember him getting taken down.
Right.
Really
He's got, you know what the thing about Geoff Neal, it's frustrating. I think we've actually talked about this before. I feel like he's one of those guys that if he's there mentally,
sure,
like, he's one of the best dudes in that division.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, I agree.
Like, that Shavkat fight, I was like, this dude's like, he belongs. You know what I mean?
In the Ian Gary fight.
Yeah, the Ian Gary fight as well. Like, he's just one of them guys that, like, to me, he just needs to be there.
I don't know him like that.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know him like that.
From
like,
what I've seen, you know?
But that would be the thing for me is, like, I'm a fan of, like, watching him fight.
Yeah.
I just would like to see him fight more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
same.
he's constantly I when you tell me those odds, I don't think those odds are right.
Yeah, I would say that the value there is on Geoff Neal +1, almost a 2-to-1 underdog basically.
Yeah, so for Prates, I have volume and feints, outwork Neal with combinations, make him reactive, mixed levels, punch to low kick to high kick, then break Neal's rhythm, draw him forward, use angles to land counters as Neal overcommits, and late pace surge, meaning try to put as much volume at the tail end of your rounds to seal your rounds up aesthetically for the eyes of the judges, right?
Like that last 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever. Yeah.
Go,
Yeah. I like that. I'm so excited for that fight. I hope they let Prates walk out just smoking a cigarette. You know what I mean? Just let him walk to the octagon with a fucking cigarette in his mouth, hanging out of his mouth like what's the dude from Fear and Loathing? What's Hunter S. Thompson? Just fucking, hanging out of his mouth and shit.
You guys ever seen the video? Is a video of like either a Mexican or Brazilian bull rider. He comes out smoking a cigar, like a cigarette. He like looks at the audience, has a broken arm, and then rides the shit out of this bull. Yeah. Oh, bro, it's like the craziest video.
Hilarious.
Let me see if I can.
This is an interesting position for Prates, right?
I think so. I want to see. That's why I was going to look at the division.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting position for him. Because he was main event for the Kansas City card with Ian Gary.
Correct. Yeah, so let's see. So Neal's 11, Prates is 12. Gilbert Burns is 10, but he's fighting oh no, he just lost to Michael Morales, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you who I would like, and it's a big jump, but he beats Geoff Neal. Give me Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates.
That'd be a fun fight.
I'd watch that fight every day.
Yeah, stylistically, fun fight.
Yeah. Colby is irrelevant. Buckley's probably going to fight, I don't know, actually. Michael Morales? I'd watch Prates and Michael Morales, too. That'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Prates goes. Because, yeah, you just fought number 3 or whatever Ian is, number 6. And now you're going back down. But with an impressive win, dude, I think he gets a top 7, top 5 guy.
I wonder who's Sean Brady's fight next. Because I saw he kind of hinted that he's got something booked.
Oh, does he? I was going to say, do you think he's the backup to JDM and Islam?
I mean, he should be.
Whenever that fight is, I guess, right? Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I think he should be. Maybe he's on that same card then.
Against Ian or...
Either Ian or Shavkat, right?
Well, what's up with Shavkat's knee injury?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'll tell you the boogeyman, though, number 7.
Yeah.
Just lurking down there.
Yeah.
Lurking.
I'll tell you who I wouldn't mind seeing either is Brady and Usman.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think Usman would take that fight.
Oh, dude, that'd
You know
be
what I
a
mean?
fun fight.
Because it's like Usman's like, I'm just waiting for the title at this point.
Right.
You know? But Brady and Usman would be fun.
Yeah, that would
I think
be
that'd be a good fight.
Shit, good call.
This your boy Prates right here. This is the video. Watch that shit.
Turn the sound off.
It's off.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's how Prates needs to be after. If he wins by KO, just spark a fucking dart up in the octagon.
Now watch this fucking savage right here, bro.
Yeah.
No hands.
What
Yes.
the fuck?
Hell yeah.
With the cigarette.
This is my superhero. He got
In
whiplash
his
like
mouth.
a motherfucker. His spine's about to snap.
What am I watching?
Hold on. Watch the dismount. Watch the dismount. Hold on. Watch the dismount.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think the bull gets tired. He just gets off. Yeah.
What?
He just gets off.
Oh,
The bull
dude.
stops, takes a break. This dude doesn't lose a cigarette.
That's actually hilarious.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Carlos,
That is awesome.
if you're watching,
There is your
spark
celebration.
a cig up on the either on the walk to the octagon
That's
or after
so
you
good.
win. That would be incredible. But all right, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait for that fight. Okay, next one on the list. This odds board still has Gaethje and Pimlet as if they were gonna fight on that card.
Who do they have?
They still have Gaethje versus Pimlet listed because remember it was like they were talking
Oh,
about
the rumored fight. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, co-main event. We talked about this, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago when the fight got announced. Aaron Pico, minus 150. Lerone Murphy, plus 120.
Okay.
And I think that kind of goes in line with what you were saying in terms of like, there's a real chance here that Murphy makes this a difficult fight. Like, it's not like he's going to get blown out of the. I mean, I guess he could.
Sure.
But it's not. His style isn't set up for Pico to just blow him out of the water. Like this
Right.
could be a very competitive fight. So yeah, give us your thoughts on that matchup with those two. A big thing you said I think was footwork from Murphy.
You gotta
Yeah.
be on the footwork. I think that's what he did very well against Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
He did such a great job of like kind of bringing Josh in, expecting Josh Emmett to throw the overhand. He would slide out into southpaw and then would land his left cross like almost as like he would get trapped on the barrier.
Yeah.
And almost like playing Matador. So the footwork there, I think, is going to be some of the bigger keys for Murphy. What else do I have for him? Yeah, defensive wrestling, counter right hands, mid to late pace increase, and leg kicks to slow down Pico's explosive level changes.
Counter rights from Murphy. Why the right in particular? Is there something Pico does that leaves him susceptible to?
When Pico drops down to go to attack the liver, right? When you dip to that side, you're exposed for the right or the elbow, the right elbow. That was something that we worked quite a bit when Jeremy Kennedy fought Pico, was to try to like intercept that liver shot with a car crash.
Got it.
So that counter right or that right side like elbow series, if he dips down for that liver.
Got it.
What he does so well, Pico, is that exchange like Topuria does, where it's a liver to overhand. So if you're overcommitting on your if you're overcommitting on your defense and you're leaving a hole, on your near side, that's a lot of times what he's setting up.
Yeah.
So you have to be disciplined there.
That's the fight I want to see. I think if I had to put together a list of like top 5 fights I want to see in the UFC, it's Pico and Topuria. I think that'd be
fun.
Such a good fight.
Yeah, that'd be
because I
fun.
think they are mirror images of each other.
Sure.
Truthfully. Like
Yeah.
Topuria can wrestle. Obviously he can crack. Pico can wrestle. Obviously he can crack.
Yeah.
Topuria may have a little more experience, I think, in terms of like the number of fights, but like
Sure.
I think that fight would be so
Fireworks.
fucking good.
Yeah.
I think it could be fireworks, but I think if you're like a real like fan of the art of the sport, like the technicality you'd watch that fight with, you'd be like, oh, these dudes are playing. These are chess grandmasters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like these guys are really
Especially when it comes to their boxing.
correct.
Yeah.
Especially if it stayed on the feet, it's like, it'd be, man, I would love to see that fight. Okay, what about Pico? What does Pico got to do?
Honestly, I feel like Pico needs to wrestle.
Yeah.
Not that he
can't strike with
can't
Murphy.
strike with Murphy, but I feel like there's a discrepancy there in skill gap, right?
Path of least resistance would be.
Path of least resistance.
Yeah.
I think Pico's wrestling, if he can get in early, that's kind of what I have is early takedowns, I think will benefit Pico for the duration of the fight. If you can score 1 or 2 takedowns early, then that's going to only add to your striking element with the level change feints.
Yeah.
You have to worry about the level change now because, you know, the wrestling's been established. I think that will definitely help Pico for the complexion of the entirety of the fight.
Yeah.
So wrestle early. That was something that we had with Dan when Dan fought Murphy. Dan took him down. I think he dropped him in round 1 with the left hook, took him down. There's some good wrestling exchanges there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Murphy was being held down, but we scored some pretty good takedowns in that fight. So I think that's something that you're going to see from Pico, at least early, to establish that threat.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Get on the sports betting action by going to mybookie.ag. At MyBookie, it's easy. You bet, you win, they pay. MyBookie has over 150 bets for you to choose from anything from fights, hoops, football, prop bets, minute bets. It's all there. Head to mybookie.ag and use code VERSUSPOD. Not only will you get a 50% bonus on your first deposit up to $1,000, you'll also get a $10 casino chip. That's a lot of money there. I've seen large parlays cash for less. Every once in a while, again, head to mybookie.ag and use the code VERSUSPOD. You bet, you win, they pay. Now let's get back to the show.
If he wins, obviously your UFC debut, you're getting a top 5 guy, right?
Yeah, because Murphy's ranked what?
6, I think.
Yeah.
Or top 6 guy. But you were supposed to fight Mozart, who's like number 1 or
Yeah,
number 2.
Yeah.
If he wins and looks impressive, is it just immediate title shot?
Hard to say no.
Yeah.
I think for him, just because you
got Diego Lopez is fighting
Gene Silva.
Yair already fought Volk, and recently. It wasn't like it was that long ago.
Sure.
Movzar is there, but he's been dealing with whatever injuries or whatever's going on. Ortega and Aljamain fight next weekend, right? But does the winner of that get a title shot? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Even though you could make a case for Aljamain, I think
if Pico wins, I think it depends on how.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he looks impressive, like if he whether it's a first round spark or a 3-round, is it 3 or 5 rounds the co-main? I think it's 3, right? Yeah, whether it's a first round spark or he dominates him for 3 rounds. I feel like that's probably going to get him a title shot.
Yeah.
So
hard to deny that if you go in and really look impressive.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about the landscape of the featherweight division and some of these matchups have already played out, unfortunately, what do you do with Movzar? Like, do you turn around and just rebook Pico Movzar?
Yeah, I don't know. What? So, when was his last fight?
Movzar,
Aljo, right?
Yeah.
September of last year.
So we're about a year out.
Before that, December of last year.
Okay.
Before that, it was January. So he basically another full year.
Sure.
Before that, May of the year prior. So you're fighting in 8, 9, 10, 11 months spurts.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Once every, whatever month. So I don't know. You've seen the UFC's track record with guys who aren't that active,
Yeah.
They don't love it.
Yeah.
They don't love it. So I don't know. I think if he looks impressive, I think you do Pico and Volk.
That'd be a fun fight, man.
You could give him one more guy. Yeah, you could give him the winner of Lopez and Silva, maybe, or
Who are you taking in this fight?
Pico.
Pico.
Yeah, I think Pico
Yeah,
wins.
I think so too.
I think I'm gonna go MVP. I'm gonna go Prates and Pico so far.
Okay.
Although something tells me that I wanna pick Geoff Neal. I think because he's like a favorite of mine, every time he fights. So,
I think if you're looking at value, if you're a bettor,
at plus 200,
I think that's a good value bet. Like if you lose $100 on betting on Geoff Neal, you're okay with that because that's really, really good odds.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, main event. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Fuck.
Cannot wait for this fight. I've literally, and again, no disrespect, but I've like not ever been excited for a DDP fight. Like
Right.
even when he fought Izzy, Sean, like because I always expect him to get blown out.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I just expect him to get blown out the water. And he wins. And now I'm like, all right, he has a chance. Like I'm in. Like I think it's like a good fight. You know what I mean? So I'm in. I'm all in on this fight. I can't wait to watch it. DDP plus 170.
Oh, wow.
Khamzat minus 220 at mybookie.ag. Seems about right. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit of a bigger number for Dricus than I thought, but I figured Khamzat would be the favorite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your excitement level for this fight? Do you think that it's like, do you think it's a coin flip fight, really?
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I think, I mean, you can make serious arguments for both sides on how they can win this fight. You really can.
Yeah.
But again, like, I think that's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have this freight train in Khamzat fighting another freight train in DDP.
Yeah.
So, you know, where are the paths to victory for both guys? How can DDP weather that early onslaught?
Yeah. That's to me is like that first, I don't know, 20 seconds of that fight, 30 seconds of that fight are going to be like the most interesting to me. Like I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. Like, when's the shot coming? You know? You play with fire a little bit when you think about, okay, so like if you're DDP side of things and the first round is Khamzat wrestling, right? You definitely benefit from like zapping the cardio of Khamzat for the duration of the fight, but you're also playing with fire and when you're on the ground with this dude because he's constantly looking for subs and finishes. That's the thing. He's not taking you down to
snuggle.
Be like, to smother you or be like, all right, let me think about he knows like, as soon as you get taken down, he knows exactly where his A, B, C, D, E, and F routes are. You know what I mean?
And you nailed it on the head. Like he's very systematic with his routes.
Right. So yeah, I can't wait. What are some? I mean, obvious. Besides the obvious of don't get taken down and take him down. What are some of the keys to victory?
You know, it's interesting because like the more we're talking about this, I don't think it's that bad for Dricus to get taken down. It's just a matter of don't give your back away.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you can get taken down and then get right back up, I think that favors Dricus in the regards of taxing his cardio.
Yeah.
Khamzat's cardio, right? So those grappling exchanges as the fight continues, as we've seen with Khamzat, that's where you might be able to get him to kind of fade for rounds 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
But early on, when you're dry and this dude is freaking cardio is at a 10, you have to be careful on what you do and how you get up.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't want to give your back away with this guy.
Yeah.
And we've seen him, dude. We crushed fucking Whitaker's jaw. Right?
I mean, that shit was crazy.
So some of the things I had written down for Dricus is pressure, but plus attrition, making Khamzat work constantly in the clinch and on the feet, forcing him to burn energy early, right? Counter wrestle into offense. If there's a engagement in the wrestling and you don't make Khamzat pay on the breaks, it's like sticking your hand in the cookie jar and not getting slapped. He's just going to keep coming back and trying to grab a cookie. So you have to make him pay for the fail of a shot or the disengagement of a shot, right? You have to be on that. Dirty boxing and knees, I think DDP is severely underrated in those positions. I watching him in the clinch positions, he's awkward, but he's tough and he's heavy. He's gritty in those spots. So I'm interested to see what he can do there. And then championship pace, push a steady pace and then have, again, round 3 through 5, right? That's
that. Two things that you said that I just thought of as you were saying that. Number one is when you said like, move forward with attrition or whatever, like these are two guys that go forward all the time. And so like, what's that car crash gonna look like? Are they just gonna meet in the center and like Dricus is like, I'm not fucking taking a step back, and Khamzat's like, I'm not taking a step back.
Fucking buckle your chin strap up and meet him in A gap.
Yes, exactly. So I didn't think about that because Dricus, that is his game plan, is like he's just forward. And so is Khamzat.
And which was a great adjustment on Dricus's part in the Strickland fight. The second fight was the first fight, Sean did such a good job of dictating the forward pace. Dricus made a decision like, I'm not going to let you push me backwards.
In the second fight.
Yep, in the second fight, and put Sean on his back foot.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he's learned that lesson in knowing that like he needs to be the bull.
Yeah.
But you're talking about two bulls in a china closet now.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought of that is actually fucking hilarious is that I have there is a world in which rounds like the end of round 3 and then 4 and 5 are some of the like sloppiest, just like most embarrassing fucking moments of fighting that we've ever seen, because
they're just gassed.
Exactly. Like you saw Dricus in round 3, 4 against Izzy or Sean or whatever. Like you've seen Khamzat, like, you know, both of them will find the extra gas, but you definitely could tell that they have like just slowed down so much.
Right.
So there's a part of me that like can see a world where the first 2 rounds are like unfucking believable,
right?
And 3 through 5 is like Acme
that,
cartoon,
like that bar fight where the guys are just like, are we good? Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm good. We're done.
like a cartoon, like an Acme cartoon, where it's just like where it's just so sloppy, or like button mashing on a game controller. But yeah, that when you were saying that, those are the 2 things I thought, because both of them have had, I wouldn't say cardio issues, but noticeably have fell off after a certain point in a 5-round fight. And again, credit to them, they find the gas. They finish, but like noticeably. And then the other thing is they both go forward. And so like you can only do that for so long in the first 10, 15 minutes before the rest of the fight is just, you know, and that's how Dricus fights anyway. That's like his style anyway. So
100%.
Man, I can't wait for that fight. That's going to be so awesome. I know Khamzat's been putting in the work cardio wise. I see all his videos, and
and he's
out
kind
in Newport, right? Or
so
County.
that's actually like one of my X factors, if you will. So for Khamzat, I have fast start with the wrestling. This is no secret. We know what he's going to look to do.
Right.
When I was able to train with Khamzat, I said this many a times, I feel like he's one of the best guys at chaining his strikes to his level change so well that it gets guys guessing with like their underhooks or protecting themselves with the strikes.
Nothing is like empty from Khamzat, right?
Man, like he just really ties it all together really well.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be important, is hiding your wrestling behind your strikes. Right? No, just like naked shots. No, not from far out, but really make Dricus feel as if, you know, we're in a striking match, and then change levels on him. So fast start with the wrestling, chain takedowns early before Dricus can set his range. Top control and pressure passing. This is where I feel like Khamzat's the best in the game. Is like his pressure grappling style. You know, it's like him and Sean Brady to me right now. Who else? Islam, right? All very different styles. I think Islam and Khamzat are a little bit more similar, whereas Sean Brady's a little different where it comes to like his half guard play, but all similar in their style of pressure, where they're not looking to pass positions and get better positions. They're looking to like staple you down and look for heavy ground and pound and make you make a decision. Do you want to get up? Do you want to give your back away? So my point is like they're not rushing from position to position like you would like in jiu-jitsu. You're like, I'm trying to score points.
Right.
They're like, no, dude, I'm content here. I'm gonna cook you as long as I can. So you know, flatten Dricus out, keep him on his back. I think especially early. Submissions from the front headlock or the back take, the guillotines and the rear nakeds, try to tie them together. Smothering them on the fence, try to take away some of Dricus's awkward movement. And my X factor, like you talked about, I want to see what Coach Cal and these guys cooked up at the training lab.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that dude's a cheat code when it comes to cardio. So what a great fix, if you will. And I mean, of course, we're going to see on Saturday and how it plays out.
Right.
But adding Coach Cal to a guy who's been, I guess, his Achilles heel, and he's undefeated.
Right.
Right. But the one small knock is like, oh, what's his cardio going to look like?
Yeah.
He sought out one of the best in the game at taking care of your cardio. So, credit to him taking his team and his camp and going out to Newport and doing his training camp out there. It feels like primarily to work with Coach Cal.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw videos of him and Pico, I think, training together.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Coach Cal, he's that's what they're known for, right?
Yeah. Iron Man.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Never mind. I was going to say something, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, that's the card. Again, really good fights on this card.
Who are you taking?
Dude, I always pick against Dricus. Like always. So I feel like I have to again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I pick him, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Everything in me says Khamzat. Everything in me said Sean. Everything in me said Izzy. Everything in me said Whitaker. Everything in they're just better. They're just more well-rounded. But for whatever reason, this guy, his awkward style and his, honestly, his heart and his
heart,
mind,
man.
He
I think
gets
that's
it
the
done.
one thing you nailed it, bro. Like I think it shines through more now because we've seen Dricus fighting in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But his will to win, his heart, his resiliency, I think that to me is probably his best attribute.
Yeah.
I mean, he really, and his self-belief.
Yeah.
He's well coached. I think these guys will come up with a good game plan, but all in all, when you can lean on like toughness and resiliency and confidence, he has all those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing, what? I think I am picking Dricus because the thing is we've seen Khamzat's been so dominant. Like we haven't really seen him face adversity. Like the Gilbert Burns fight, I guess a little bit, but real adversity. And you've seen Dricus face adversity in every one of his fights, right? Every single, even all the way back to his, his debut. And when push comes to shove, because I think if Dricus were to win, that moment has to happen in the fight. I think I'm picking Dricus in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Khamzat's a quitter or anything.
No.
But I've seen it from Dricus.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it from Khamzat.
Yeah.
And so if it's not easy, I want to see how Khamzat reacts. And that Gilbert fight too was also before all these health issues and all this, this stuff that went down, right? I think it was before all that stuff. So,
I really think, man, it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
I really do, man. I'm excited to watch.
Me too.
I really am. Just to sit back as a fan and just watch a good scrap.
Yeah, you're not going, right? Because you leave for China.
Yeah, I leave for China on Friday.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it, to be honest with you. Now we said that. I have Fight Pass, so I should be good. But
no, what time's your flight Friday?
9 a.m. Friday, 9 a.m. So I should be good.
You should be good.
Yeah.
Where are you going? LA or San Francisco?
Frisco to Shanghai.
Direct Frisco to Shanghai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
13 hours.
Yeah, it's long. I was telling Vic, because I went to Shenzhen when we did a fight over there. I forget who the main event was. Oh no, it was Weili and Andrade. But I forgot my route. I don't know if I went Vegas, LA, Hong Kong, Shenzhen, or I can't remember what I did. But at least you got direct San Francisco to Shanghai. So
yeah, I'm excited. Never been, so
Yeah.
it's check that off the box.
yeah, it's gonna be cool. And the Chinese crowd is gonna be awesome. I bet when everybody's in there. So we're looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I saw Johnny in the gym last week when you guys were training. He's looking good,
dude.
I always forget how big he is.
He's fucking huge.
He's such a big human being.
Fuck, he's huge, bro.
He's a big ass dude.
He's huge, man. I don't know how he makes 205.
Yeah,
he's
honestly,
huge, man.
honestly.
And he's athletic as all hell.
He's got to walk around at 240.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that. Has to.
Yeah. It was funny because he said, he's like, yeah, maybe I'll move up to heavyweight. I was like, well, spar Francis.
Yeah, and then
before you think about that.
And then see.
Because I remember like when Ovent St. Preux,
yes,
he came to the gym for a little while, and he was moving up to heavyweight. Remember?
Yep.
And he's going around with Francis, and he like during the round, he looks up at us, and he's like, "I'm going right back down to 205." He's like, "Fuck this, dude."
Yep. All right, cool. Anything else?
No, man.
Want to add?
Good.
Cool. Well, again, thanks for sharing that, being vulnerable, and I think
of
people
course,
will
man.
appreciate that, and also safe travels to China.
Thank you.
You know, we'll try to do a check-in or something while you're out there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these fights. It's gonna be
appreciate you, brother.
Awesome. Well, that does it for another episode of Verse Us with Eric Nicksick. Please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let us know who you want to see on the show or any questions you have for the show. Also, make sure you download the audio version of this podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcasts. And also follow the show on social media at VSUS Pod. For Eric, I'm Randy. We'll see you guys next time.